Hi Taurus, I hope that everybody's doing well. Before we get into it, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. Okay, so in the pre-shuffle, I'm looking at something impulsively that you may be tempted by, or this can be I'm hearing rudimentary factory setting. Maybe you feel like this is something somewhat innate or a deep part of yourself. But yeah, there's this sense of like wanting to jump on something because you are writing it off as being your nature, or something that maybe now you're recognizing as being impulsive, and because you're reflecting on it, maybe you're stopping yourself from doing something that otherwise you would have jumped into or maybe been reactive about. That's what I'm getting. Thinking it over, really reflecting on something here. For some of you, you're really trying to figure out what is going to bring you to a place of feeling more fulfillment than you have been feeling. And there's a lot of deep thought that I'm seeing going on in regard to this. It's like really asking yourself what you want, what you're searching for, how to find it, how to get started in that direction. Maybe recognizing as well that you can have what it is that you want. It's just a matter of believing in yourself too. And knowing that if you want something, you're going to have to do something about it. Looks like there are definitely some things that you're moving on from. Maybe at times too, you feel, in thinking about the sense of impulsivity, maybe at times you feel like you jump from like one desire to the next desire, and you feel like the satisfaction is so fleeting. So now it's about working to be in a place where you feel satisfied with where you are, and you also continue moving towards what it is that you want and what it is that you desire. But there's also a sense of doing the work to feel good about where you are right now. So to be present and to sit within that too. I'm being very drawn to it's this guy's belt, but it looks like wires. It almost reminds me of a wire bracelet, but it's like a bunch that are kind of intertwined and stacked upon one another. That may be a clue. I'm hearing something about jewelry making. For some of you, you're trying to figure out what's going to bring you happiness when it comes to, I'm hearing a career fitting. Interesting. It's like you may be thinking about it and being like, I think I'm ready to change something. I'm not satisfied with what I'm doing. It's like maybe financially it provides what you want, but like on the spiritual front, you're not getting what you need, or the emotional front. So this is about having the strength to switch something up that you know isn't working for you any longer. I'm getting like so many questions about being like, what am I doing? Why am I still doing this? What do I want to do now? Where am I trying to go? Where am I going to find fulfillment? Is this fulfilling to me? And getting to a place where you really are ready to transition somewhere you're trying to go, but you know that there are moves that you're going to have to make. I'm seeing you definitely have what you need to be able to do this. Yeah, I'm seeing that it's just a matter in you believing yourself, and believing too that you can create what it is that you want. You may be working too more and more on taking action appropriately. It's like recognizing as well that if you're going to be more passive, things are just going to happen. And if you want to have control over what's going on, you're going to need to step up and take action. I'm looking at a lot of masculine energy here. This may be something that you're working on. Yeah. I'm seeing that you like finding the strength within and really embracing. It's interesting. It's like embracing the fire energy within yourself and moving into that mode. Because sometimes with the earth energy, sometimes it can be a bit stagnant because we feel comfortable and we don't want to move, or we move very slowly and then we feel like we're not making progress. So this kind of feels like getting a spark of inspiration or motivation and holding on to that, harnessing that, and being able to channel it to work towards something that you're looking to work towards. And maybe there's some type of learning curve, something that you're studying, a wider breadth that you're embracing. You may also be keeping your eye out for more subtle clues as well. I'm getting that too, because you could be like, well, I'm not feeling fulfilled where I am, but where am I going to feel fulfilled then? Like, what is my soul urging me towards? And I'm getting the more you're paying attention to close details, it's kind of allowing your intuition to guide you away from things and then towards other things. It's kind of like laying out the map for you is what I'm getting here. It seems too like there's something big that you're letting go of as well. Something big that's going to be finishing. For some of you at times, you may be recognizing as well that rather than trusting yourself and looking within for guidance, there may be times when you are seeking advice from others. And maybe you're learning as well how to trust yourself more. It's like stepping into that position of what it is that you've been looking for. And rather than seeking it externally, you're seeking that internally. That's also what this feels like too. And knowing that you have the means to be able to do this. And believing in yourself and your creativity and what it is that you're making. There may be something also sentimentally that you feel attached to that you're letting go of as well. This can be a habit or a cycle, something that feels familiar to you, but something that you're recognizing maybe like yanking on your energy. So it's something that you don't want to be doing any longer, or you want to create space from, or you want to break some sort of habit or cycle with someone, a pattern. This has me feeling too, because I'm seeing this can be related to so many different things. It's like actually listening to what it is. It's like when you find yourself within any experience or situation, truly tuning into emotionally what those vibrations are telling you and making decisions based off of that when it comes to what you should and shouldn't be engaging in. And I'm getting absolutely this is different for everybody, so I'm seeing this be like a solo internal process that you're doing. Because the more you're tuning into that, the more it's giving you clarity on how to make the right calls and decisions for you. And again, there's this notion of your intuition guiding you, giving you the directions that you need. As you're going through this very big change for yourself, I'm looking at Virgo, Leo, and Pluto. As you're going through this very big transition change for yourself, going through a state of regeneration, I'm seeing that it's definitely going to be worth it to you because of these changes that you're making. Even though they may be difficult, there may be like some painful shedding that's going on as well, but it's all going to work out. Like, I'm seeing that it's going to pay off with the Six of Pentacles here after the Death card. This is also about reviewing what it is that you want from a cleared space mentally and in the heart chakra, cleared throat chakra, in order to understand what it is that you truly do want. Because you may too be recognizing sometimes as well where fear has been holding you back at times from saying what you want or doing what you want or being able to clearly listen. So there's a sense of working through that as well. For some of you, there's some new relationship that you're starting. For some of you, this is a project that you're going to be starting. Or something that you've been working on for some of you. It's something that you feel inspired by, something you feel motivated by. And you feel like energetically, it's what you've been seeking. It feels balanced to you. You may feel too like you're having an easier time discussing things. Because I'm seeing it almost be like there's this notion to get more in touch with your feelings and to understand what's going on there, but there's more of a sense of pragmatism when it comes to how you're having certain conversations with people, when it comes to things that you may be more sensitive about, or spaces where you may feel more vulnerable. This too reminds me as well, it's kind of like if you could have found yourself in situations at times where you feel like you were betraying yourself in some type of way or allowing things to happen that you didn't feel okay with, however it is that you want to label the notion, there's a sense of like getting more clear on what feels okay with you, and because of that there's more of a sense of you standing your ground, standing within your boundaries, and being able to communicate this clearly when it comes to how you're feeling in order to avoid situations that would take you down a path you don't want to be strolling down or tumbling down. And at times you may feel overwhelmed because it may not be so normal for you to like speak out about how you're feeling, or certain situations where you wouldn't normally, but there's a sense of getting more comfortable with this and finding what you need to because of that. And this is, it feels very much like a lesson. It's like the more truly and authentically you're speaking out your truth, and you're also able to hear those around you in a clear way because you're clearing the heart chakra and the throat chakra, I'm seeing that you're finding what it is that you've been looking for when it comes to means related to stability and security. And this is about you following what it is that you want by also getting in touch with yourself enough to kind of be building towards something as well here. And I think that there's also a recognition as well that what had been holding you back, it feels like fear that was holding you back. Anxiety, not knowing how things are going to go, if they're going to go as you're expecting them to, what happens if I fail, like all of those questions that you may have had, or being like, it feels safe here, so why move somewhere else, but you know that you're not fulfilled in that space. So I'm getting that this is also about reconciling that as well, and it's like as you do and as you decide that you're making empowering choices for yourself and you go about doing that, it's like these things that you've been working for to allow to come to fruition, your path becomes very clear to you, and you feel happy about where you are too. There's a sense of satisfaction that you gain because of that, and because you're making choices that are both empowering and authentic to you and your path specifically. This is too about recognizing that when we like may look at other people and be like, well, they look satisfied, so maybe I should try to do that. Sometimes we get like carried away by trying to like mirror other people's pathways, and this feels very much like, instead of looking around you, you going within and being like, well, what is my heart calling me towards, and making decisions in alignment with that, and like finding your own path in that way. And so you're finding your own fulfillment in that way. Because like somebody could be happy doing something that if you were in their shoes you wouldn't be feeling the same way. So this is all about checking in on what's right for you specifically, and being able to work through any anxiety or fear that you've been feeling, and doing it for yourself in the best way that you know how, and allowing that to be enough. I'm looking at Scorpio and Saturn here. All right, my friends, we are going to leave it here. I would like to thank everybody for joining. Thank you for tuning in. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.